In a world filled with temptation, the Bible gives us a clear and urgent command in 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 18. Let's all flip over to 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 18. Flee from sexual immorality. Any other sin a man commits does not affect his body, but the man who is guilty of sexual immorality sins against his own body. This is not a suggestion. This is a divine warning for our purity and protection. Throughout Scripture, we see that some of the greatest men in the Bible were not immune to sin, which means they were not able to run away from sin. David, a man after God's own heart, fell into sin. Solomon, the wisest of all, was led astray. Samson, the strongest man in the Bible, lost his power and purpose. But one young man stood firm, Joseph. When faced with temptation from Potiphar's wife, he did not argue, he did not negotiate, he did not delay, he ran away. Let's all flip over to Genesis chapter 39 verse 12. Genesis chapter 39 verse 12. She, Potiphar's wife, caught him by his robe and said, "Come to bed with me." But he, Joseph, escaped and ran outside. So Joseph ran outside, leaving his robe in her hand. The Bible does not tell us to fight sexual immorality. It tells us to run away. It tells us to flee. Why? Because this sin, sexual immorality, is destructive. This sin is personal. This sin is powerful. We cannot have victory over sexual immorality just by standing still. We can overcome this sexual immorality by running from it. Joseph ran away from this sin. We must run away from this sin. If we desire to live pure and pleasing lives before God, we must learn from Joseph. Run from sexual immorality and run toward purity and righteousness. The safest and the strongest response to this sin, which is sexual immorality, is simple. Flee. Run. We must run away from this sin. We should not fight this sin, but run. God bless you. This is what I would like to share today. Hope all of you are blessed.